Alright, from where I was just cut off, I was saying that I could build a colony ship now, but I will...
So you're going to?
Yes, but before that, I will go to this expansion planner, and this shows all the potentially habitable worlds that I know about, and I will go to this Alpha Centauri with its rich minerals.
And
click on that. World. Yes. And then I will select one of my current colonies, Earth, and choose different species. If you had more than one, then click the colonize button. And then you get this ship to just drop anywhere on these available spots. Since the ship will generate energy, I will drop it on this energy resource. And this is where you could potentially name the colony. I could just be boring and just go with the current name, or I could just go with a random one, or just go with the name anybody provides.
Damn it.
So now that order is given. Another option I could have done was to go to the planet itself and click this colonize button.
So is where the ship lands going to give you the adjacency bonuses like your capital, or is that only on Earth?
When you colonize a building, it'll create a building when you colonize a planet, it'll create a building where I chose it to, called a reassembled ship structure. That is essentially the leadership building. It does not give any adjacency bonuses itself, but once you get enough population, at least 5, you could then upgrade that to a capital building.
So wouldn't that have been better off in one of the central squares so that you can get more adjacency bonuses eventually?
Potentially, yes, but at that time I was prioritizing getting it onto an energy resource. Otherwise, it would block it.
Short-sightedness has cost us so much.
No. The now party is satisfied.
But alternatively, if you were not satisfied with where you initially put the ship structure, you could deconstruct it and then build another one, essentially for free, except for some time waiting for it to build.
You can haul the ship from one side of the planet to another? That's amazing.
Pretty much. I more often do this when there are no available spots, but some of them I would need to clear the tile first. And right now, just checking, and now since the colony ship was constructed, it has an upkeep of 8 energy per month. So dropping it down from a plus 11 to plus 3.
Wow.
These things are expensive to just keep around, so it is not wise to just build them without any real plan to immediately use them.
Colony ship for sale, cheap.
You could probably dock them at a spaceport for maybe half or whatever percentage the upkeep would be, but that would still be at least plus minus 4 energy per month. And now colonizing the planet, and your first colony will get you this event, which will generate you some engineering research. Then other than that, I will have some time to wait before it is properly colonized. In this case, it was about 17 months, which I think was reduced by one of the traditions that I got. And during this whole time, I still have that deficit of 8 energy. And just pointing out the reassembled ship structure, which once the colony is completed, it will be first one populated and give me some energy and unity.
Anomaly found.
So, in your head, what is the next planet on the docket? Ooh, they're expanding.
Still outside of the room.
It would probably be Procyon, because one of those is a continental world. The one there is a continental world. You're almost guaranteed to have two systems of planets habitable by your species within some reasonable distance, though there is no guarantee that some other neighboring empire will consume them within your borders, their borders before then.
Ooh, that brings up a good question. Can you buy planets?
You can trade systems.
Amazing.
I have not tried and do not know how compliant any other empire would be. And since I just finished an anomaly research and that has generated an event to do, I will order the ship to do that. But if on the keyboard I held down Shift and Control, that would, instead of queuing it to the end of the orders, it instead stacked it to the beginning. So since it's right there, it'll complete that event before going on to what it was told to do before.
Nice.
Still waiting on this planet.
I appreciate being able to put things at the top of the queue instead of the end.
Yes, it is very convenient. Otherwise, I would have to just, if I wanted to research that, then I'd have to cancel all its orders and then give them again. Queue the whole thing again. And I think that has just gotten within our borders. So, setting my construction ship to build the research station. And that completed that one precursor event. So I got one artifact. And if we recall, we still, if we recall, we still have that mandate that asks us to build research stations. I might not have enough time within this president's term to finish it.
10 more years. 10 more years.
And now I got a colony. It currently has no governor, but I got some residents there. And because I have that other tradition, I have a second colonist. And there's a third currently being worked on. And as it's saying here, my president's got for another election.
So if a different president gets elected, will you get a different mandate now instead of the research stations?
Yes, potentially. This one's showing each of the potential, each of the candidates, as well as some of their bonuses they would provide being the president, as well as each of their mandates. These two are from the different factions. Some of the others are other leaders I have. One of them is the current president. Now, what you can do is you could select one of them and press that button at the bottom of the window. Spend some influence. Huh?
Will that assassinate somebody?
No, it will instead support them and make them more likely to win the election. So this is the current president, and I don't like things changing much, so I will support her. Once already, and a second time.
Oh, you're just pouring political capital in here. The system's rigged.
If you were paying attention to the civics earlier, there was one option among them is that would reduce the influence cost to change the for doing that. So checking up on this, I have 1 of 4 research stations built, and I have until the next election to get that done.
By the way, this election cycle is apparently 4 months. That is amazing.
They don't mess around. They probably use single transferable vote systems.
One can only hope the skeletons allow.
In an earlier version of the game, there was one. They had, instead of having the current government system, there was a finite set of different governments, and there was one within the materialist line for the materialist democracy, and an advanced version of that government. The description of it says that everyone just has a chip in them. Then when there are any issues, they would just unconsciously provide some kind of vote for it.
Oh, that's weird.
Literally voting with your feelings.
Knee-jerk reactions everywhere.
That's not a new ruler, that's the same ruler, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same ruler.
Oh,
One that I
Paradox.
supported. But since it's a new election term, she has a new mandate, and that essentially reset it.
So what's your new mandate?
Same thing.
Oh.
Build more research stations.
Oh.
The foe
but
is
it's not
really...
counting the one that you had before. What a jip.
Yeah, it didn't count.
Son of a bitch.
So now I have to build 4 new research stations.
If you tear down the old one and rebuild it, will that count?
Yeah, if you sell it.
Yeah, potentially could. If I cared enough.
Sell.
Man.
Though, if something else I could have done is found somebody that wanted me to build mining stations. Because I have plenty of places that I could build mining stations.
System survey complete.
Oh, and some time ago I turned on that physics research grants because I really wanted something done. But those 3 research-based edicts, they are mutually exclusive.
Oh, you can't have them all turned on?
No, you cannot. Each one of them will give a plus 30% to the research speed for that one, but a minus 10% for the others.
Oof.
That sounds terrible.
It's overall an improvement. I'm sure if it allowed you to turn all of them on, it would still be beneficial. And now we have pirates.
How could this happen? Our people
This
are mostly
usually
happy.
happens around. Yeah, this usually happens around the time you have a second colony. Though there have been times where I haven't had one, and they have shown up in this one system, and they're currently.
Kill them?
Yeah. So what I have to do now is I have to send my fleet, and since my current one has a fleet strength of 85, and these guys have 170 something. And here's another event chain. So since it's hard to track those down, I'll just turn on this thing to where they'll just ping on my galactic map. And one of them was already within a system. And this one has gained sentience. Somehow.
Yes.
You
belong to us.
Looking at both these options, they have the same outcome.
God damn it. Paradox.
It's not paradox, it's just the illusion of choice.
So
It must
now
have been invented by Telltale Games.
So now I have another thing that I need to hunt down and destroy. It is over by that black hole.
Research complete.
No, let the black hole do the job.
Yeah, if you wait long enough, everything dies.
Yeah!
Except your skeleton.
Damn it.
And I need energy, so researching that.
Oh, by the way, could you modify your food policy right now to store more food?
Yes, you could.
Is that difficult?
It is not difficult. The only real restriction is you can only change the policy once every 10 years.
Or you just feed people more.
Double rations.
Stop hoarding all this food. Why you keep shooting buffalo? You can only carry 100 pounds back to the wagon.
But they're so easy.
You're coming right for me.
And this is a battle, but at the fastest speed. So now, after destroying that one probe, I immediately get survey data for the system.
So how badly did the probe damage your ships in return?
Hardly. We're down to 93 point something percent health.
Who puts guns on a probe?
Whoever modified it, apparently. Whoever gave it sentience. Yeah, now
Sure,
entering the
built them
system.
in their skeletons.
Yeah. And now I'm going after this pirate fleet. Though I have neglected that currently my fleet is set as one of the rally points, so all the other ships being constructed are automatically going towards them, and one of them is on its own engaged against the pirates, and is now dead.
They are the bravest starship ever.
Or like the dumbest.
There's both. They're really the both.
They could have just, convened with the rest of the fleet before attacking.
They were still being constructed at the time, though.
By the way,
And now just going at a dynamic angle to look at this. Huh?
Did the pirates just blow up a research station?
Yes, they did.
That did you a favor.
Conveniently, yes, I was about to get that. Conveniently, that opens a slot for me to build a new one. They had also destroyed one before.
Research complete.
So they're just two fleets of ships lobbing nukes at one another.
Yes, pretty much.
Nukes, what's the worst that can happen?
And to explain this combat screen, that red and green bar at the top just indicates the comparative hit points of each side, not necessarily the power of either one. And also on each side it shows the leaders in charge of each fleet, as well as the each unit within it. And now, since I have wiped out so many enemy fleet there, that leaves a debris field. So now I am sending my science ship over to scan it.
So, can you bribe pirates?
No.
Damn it.
I have many ideas on how they could improve piracy in this game.
So all pirates do is show up and just randomly attack things for no reason.
Yes, it is really boring.
That sounds more like barbarians who Civ than actual pirates.
And you will see how it gets even more boring once I deal with them.
Because, like in Sins of a Solar Empire, you can bribe them to attack your enemies.
Yes, it's one idea that I had for pirates is that to be a constant problem, and something you could do with them, as I would have suggested, is to give them letters of marque or something like that, and then they just raid other empires for you.
Or if you're like some sort of weird trading empire, literally hire them.
Or just pay them off to have them join your military.
That's what I'm saying, hire them.
Yes, turning pirates into privateers would be an awesome option.
Or give them a planet and make them like a protectorate. So they can be like a buffer state.
And right, so...
Gentlemen, we have made an expansion.
The more funny option would be to give them a planet that doesn't belong to you.
Yeah!
You can have that hive minds planet. All you have to do is take it from them.
So right now I'm just waiting for my ships to be repaired. And after I've wiped out their fleet, there is still that station. But as long as that station is there, they could potentially send out more fleets. So I just have to wipe that out.
Can you send in the Space Marines and take over the station?
Sigh, no.
Paradox, come on.
Sadly, we will not have an option to show off army combat in this introduction.
Are there Space Marines?
Not by name.
Can we name them Space Marines?
Technically, no, but we could unofficially call them Space Marines.
Paradox, this is all your fault.
It's probably going to be DLC.
Yeah, you could rename ship classes, but you cannot rename army types. So there are many different types that you could have. I already indicated that there are defensive and assault armies, the only difference being that assault armies could board transports and invade other planets. There are also droid armies, which are just robotic soldiers. You could have clone armies, slave armies.
Wait, you can actually have clone armies?
Yes. You could have
That's some redemption there.
psionic soldiers. You could have Xeno soldiers. So aside from just personally calling them Space Marines, they are not Space Marines in the game. And so for now, I just have my construction and science ships ready for when they finish off this station. But otherwise, they're too cowardly, or at least their current settings are too cowardly to enter the system.
Well, in their defense, there are literally nukes everywhere.
Yes. And I have discovered aliens. So what I have to do is just study them to identify whether they could be communicated with or otherwise. It'll take me 9 months.
9 months to reenact arrival.
Do we know what planet they're on?
They are right here.
Oh, they're just a vessel.
Yes.
Oh no,
They
squid
have more
people.
military power than us.
They look like giant squid things.
Like I said, reenact arrival.
Alright, how did they win in Reenact Arrival?
No, Arrival is the name of the movie.
I did not know that.
And I'm saying we should reenact it because it is about learning to communicate with aliens.
How did it go for humanity?
Well,
Oh, sweet, yes, we should totally do that.
they were peaceful aliens, spoiler alert.
Yes. And since I have just finished them off, I'm sending my construction ship to rebuild a research station and my science ship to scan the debris.
Smart.
And as it popped up some time ago, but we missed it, but when you scan a debris, it gets you some technology, like either from specific progress in a technology itself, in this case, the deflector shields and some armor components for your ships, as well as just general tech points. I have seen people like actually going to wars with other empires and then sending in their science vessels to try to scan the debris. I rarely do that myself because that is kind of dangerous.
Now, when can we put guns on the science vessel?
Never.
Oh.
Not even for science.
The science and construction ships have options for choosing different hull compartments, but there is only one option each. So there is something else that would be kind of cool is if you could give them a different hull component or whatever like that compartment that would have at least one slot for weapons, but maybe a little less for utility. Something else. And we have identified those aliens. They're apparently called Tianki. And they are just space cows. They filter feed on gases.
They're space cows with huge military ratings.
Yes, they're pretty tough. I've never attacked them because they are not at all hostile.
Spoilers.
Well, it says right there that they are docile creatures.
Well, they said they rarely, if ever, will attack. So what do they perceive as attack?
I don't know. I have heard or read somewhere that they will potentially attack any stations on planets, but you could see that they are right next to one, and we're doing nothing.
Sweet.
I think you have to nuke them for science.
Maybe,
But
actually.
potentially you could attack them, scan their debris, guts, whatever, and
Then we
get
can
some
be the flying
research.
space cows.
We have to stop Star Trek 4 from happening.
Where are your
And right
nuclear
now-
vessels?
Alright, and investigating one of those probes, it apparently had an ion trail. And I am capped on influence, so I'm just checking options to just spend it.
Get rid of
Right, and right now I am replacing that plant with this energy grid. The energy grid, much like any other energy plant, will generate energy, but on top of that, it's a planetary unique structure that will give a 10% bonus to the energy output on that planet.
Does that include the heat generated by burning down those slums?
Sadly, no.
Construction complete.
And right now I am following this, the ion trail.
Oh,
Apparently
no.
somebody took my probe and is kind of holding it hostage. I am considering this first option to ask them to just attack them, or they, unless they just surrender their object. But
How strong are they?
I'm trying to check that right now, but I do not see them in the system.
God damn it,
So I can't
Paradox.
check their...
Roll the dice.
But they're only asking for 100 credits.
But that's our
I
100
have
credits and our pro.
1,600, almost 1,700? That is a little pathetic, so I just say yes.
No refunds.
And there they are. I could have taken them. 124 against my 170. I'm trying to click on their thing to look at their empire, but there is none. And they're gone.
You should have blasted them and scanned their debris.
That was a weird first contact.
Yes.
Was that second contact considering the space cows?
I think the space cows count as first contact.
Space cows were a good first contact.
Not as good as space puppers.
Of course. Space puppers with ice cream.
And now I'm checking out this other place and have sort of discovered another one of my probes, but this is just the normal reaction. It's just there. Send a science ship to recover it, and you're done.
Situation log updated.
So nothing else for them to do. I'm sending my fleet over there to check on the other one. There is another possibility that we will not see in this introduction, but something else that could happen from investigating the site of one of your probes is that it could be instead blocked by a spatial anomaly, which is some weird gas cloud nebula thing, and you just have to destroy it to get access to your probe.
Updated.
And we have found more aliens.
Situation log updated.
So once again, we'll have to investigate them, or if we're lazy enough, hope for them to investigate us. And found another, I got another faction.
Alien Tolerance Trust. Sounds like they have too much trust.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think this is a xenophile faction.
Xenophile is never going to sound like a sex joke to me.
You never not going to?
Correct, sorry.
And just turning on the tracker for this one so I know where it is. Or maybe not, I don't know.
Alright, so I notice you have quite a bit of minerals. Are you going to be colony shipping soon?
Research complete.
Oh no.
That's a
Oh,
angry
no.
cloud.
Yes, this is first contact with another actual empire. And we have these three options based on our ethics. They don't really matter.
Oh.
At least they're democratic, I think?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think they're
This is our
fanatic
other first enemy
egalitarians.
encounter.
Or, I think we're egalitarians. Yeah, this is the empire. Yeah, they're fanatic militarists and egalitarians.
Oh my god. They're gonna kill us.
Only if they think we're
Luckily,
weak.
they're kind of have a positive impression of
They're
us.
basically Klingons. They're honor-bound warriors. They're Proud Warrior space guys.
Or made of plants?
And then showing off the various things that improve our relations with them. Us being xenophiles ourselves and having a matching ethics.
Yeah, the plant.
And showing off their... and then over on the right side are the different diplomatic relations you can do. There's trade screen, showing off you could trade either an instant transfer or a monthly transfer of energy credits or food. You could give them a system. You could share star charts. You can ask for the same from them. And lastly, there's the research agreement option. They're apparently wary of us, though, and wouldn't be as compliant with giving us a research agreement, though they don't mind if we give them one. What that does is
willing to trade one?
No, they aren't. What a research agreement does is it reduces, for any technology research they currently have, it will reduce the time to research for us by 25%. And vice versa if we've given them a research agreement. And even more options for what we could do with them. We could enter non-aggression or defensive pact. You could guarantee their independence. Potentially, we could form a federation with them.
Or you can start building up your military, because they're going to come after us.
Fortify the black hole.
And luckily, they still have their borders open to us, so we can send our science ship over to recover that that probe.
Oh, good!
But right now, we're approaching the end of the introduction, so I'm just giving this general view of the galaxy and still selecting research. So, that's pretty much it. So,
we're all gonna die.
No, we're not.